Sorry, sorry. All right, if you can hear me, my name is Stephen Sunday, and I am an ambassador with Algorand. I'm happy to have all of you right here and on the call, even as we wait for others to join. Uh, um, okay, sorry, I would need to do something very little because we will be having people who would be requesting that they want to join and all of that. So, uh, all right. So, like I said, my name is Stephen Sunday, and I work with Algorand. Um, so, um, Algorand and what Algorand is trying to offer to the blockchain space. Algorand is actually a blockchain 3.0 protocol or platform where uh, you have a lot of the promised functionalities on the blockchain implemented. So before I talk about Algorand, some years back, Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, came up with a concept of, or rather, came up with a theory that is called trilemma, where he proposed that you can't, as a blockchain platform, you can't have um, three blockchain functionalities like you can't have security, scalability, and um, transaction speed all in one blockchain achieved at the same time. Okay. And actually, this has been an issue in the blockchain space and cryptocurrency space. Is either you find blockchain platforms that have implemented that have very good transaction speed, very good security, but they are not scalable. Okay. For instance, even the Ethereum itself, and other blockchain platforms where they have very limited transaction speed per second. Algorand, in the other hand, or rather on the other hand, is a complete digression of what this is. Algorand has the three, working very perfectly and even implementing more solutions in terms of usability and all of that for the blockchain space. So I will just run you through what Algorand is. By the way, the founder of Algorand is Silvio, and Silvio has achieved quite a lot in blockchain space and then in cryptography as a whole. Um, as a whole, rather, quite a lot of people have argued, or rather, would want to confirm or want to say what is. By the way, before I proceed, I told you that I would actually we have some reward for the best three questions to be asked during the call. And yeah, we're going to keep to our promise. So listen to me attentively and listen to me very keenly because I will be doing quite a lot of talking, and then I would expect you uh, to ask questions where you have some confusion. And I promise I'm not going to take much of your time because I know we're under lockdown and uh, coronavirus has actually limited quite a lot of things, and probably maybe you have a lot to do. So just listen carefully and listen attentively while I proceed. So, like I said, Algorand has shown to be a superpower blockchain solution whereby it fixes the issue of transaction speed, fixes the issue of scalability and security at the same time. Algorand um, has, before now, like I told you, before now, it has been proving that you can't have the three running at the same time. Okay. And Algorand has actually proven this to be wrong by fixing the three. By the way, for Algorand, which has so far has the highest transaction speed per second that I know, because I've worked with quite a lot of blockchain platform, and I'm still with others. And Algorand has a record of 1,000 transaction speed per second, which is wow, in terms of blockchain usability and cryptocurrency and all of that. So it is actually a Web 3.0 blockchain platform. And yes, it is really the next generation blockchain, because like I told you, so far I've not seen blockchain platforms that have outperformed Algorand in terms of usability and all of that. And then, of course, Algorand has cryptocurrencies called Algo, where you can stake, or maybe you can participate in uh, activities that happen around Algorand. By the way, what is Algorand's consensus mechanism? On Algorand, there is nothing like forking. You it uses a pure proof of stake consensus mechanism, where no one person or no single group of people can actually say, okay, can make decision on the platform. Now the decisions are made generally for everyone can actually participate. Once you have some algos, you can be a validator on the Algorand's node. You can stake to participate in decision making and all of that regarding how usability on the blockchain platform. With as little as less than 20 algos, you can actually be a decision maker on the platform. And by the way, it has a lot of users, around it. Um, Also, like I said, Algorand is a high performance next generation blockchain that uses the pure proof of stake mechanism. And um, what what I actually want you to take along with you is the fact that there are no set decision makers on Algorand. So it is actually proving the real essence of why blockchain came into existence, so that it can have decentralized authorities, or decentralized people making decisions for themselves, people, not one person just coming out to make a decision for a whole people or a whole community. So everyone has the power to be able to make an input, in the community. And that's what Algorand is doing, is empowering its community to be able to take part in consensus or take part in decision making and all of that. Um, Now, Algorand is a permissionless blockchain platform, whereby you don't need any permission. In fact, with one validation, transactions can pull through. And that's why you have a lot of transactions happening, within splits of seconds. That's why you can have 1,000 transactions per second, because one person can actually validate a transaction. You don't even have miners on Algorand. That's the beauty of it, that you don't have people, you don't have to pay miners, you don't have to pay miners to be able to validate transactions. All you need to do is to be able to have one person who would confirm that actually this transaction has pulled through. So it doesn't waste time on other miners to confirm. whereby on other blockchain platforms you have different miners, who have the responsibility of approving transactions, at every given time. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, Algorand runs an open system and then an open network where it is purely open and transparent and decentralized. Um, like I said, so Algorand is permissionless, whereby no permission is needed to be able to read data from Algorand's blockchain, and um, you don't have to seek for any special permission. But um, corporations and corporate organizations and bodies would want to use Algorand, and they would want some form of privacy and security and all of that. So private chains can actually plug onto Algorand. We call them co-chain on Algorand. Now, the concept of co-chain is to allow private or permissioned chains or permissioned blockchain to be able to use Algorand's resources or tools effectively without any form of compromise. So you see, in a way, it is open to public, but in another way, if you want to use it in a private way or in a private form, you can actually have access to it and then use that and all of that. Also, so if you are still with me, can you just send a chat and say I'm with you? Because I feel I'm just talking to myself. So I want to know if you're all with me. Let me just see if you can just type something on the chat, and then okay. Yes, thank you very much. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, guys. All right. So like I said, Algorand has proven that blockchain can actually have very fast transaction, very good security, and it can be very scalable. Okay. And like I told you, Algorand can perform 1,000 transactions within uh, per second and within 4 blocks or block time, sorry. And it is not forkable. So recently, Algorand launched Algorand 2.0 upgrade, where it brings layer 1 smart contracts and atomic multi-party transfer, and also ability to launch new assets on a layer 1 directly. Okay, now this would be more relevant to those who are actually developers and those who are into development and all of that. By the way, there are quite a lot of use cases and quite a lot of big tech giants that are actually plugged into Algorand. I will just give you a rundown of who they are and what they do and what kind of solutions they bring. But meanwhile, you can plug into Algorand with any kind of usable use case that can be deployed very easily, and people would jump at it in the fields of finance, enterprise. You want to develop a unique solution, maybe a DApp, on Algorand. Yes, you can. There are quite a lot of developers tools, which I would run through. I will just give you an introduction to that. And then health sector, stable coins, central bank digital cryptocurrencies can also, currencies rather, digital currencies can run on Algorand. You can name them agriculture, education, different kinds of, in fact, even uh, real estate can also run on Algorand. Any kind of usable use case, okay, that people would want to use can actually run on Algorand. And like I told you, we have quite a lot of tech giants that are already plugged onto Algorand and then are using our tools in one way or the other to sort out some of their solutions. Also, Algorand has a unique wallet, which some of you have downloaded, um, where you can store. Now, the best way to store cryptocurrency is actually not online or not on exchanges. The best way to store cryptocurrencies are on either your mobile device or on a hardware device. This is just to provide more security for your cryptocurrency or your digital assets, because exchanges can easily be compromised and then you lose everything. But when it's on an independent platform or independent device, you don't have uh, any reason to want to fear or reason to want to feel that security can be compromised. So Algorand has a wallet, either on when you go to the Apple Store or iOS, or you go to Android store, you can download this wallet, or you can even store your Algorand crypto, which are called algos, on Atomic Algorand wallets, or Ledger wallet, or Trust wallet, or My Algo wallet. So on all this, you can actually store your algos and have very quick access to them. Now you can buy algos, like I told you, you can stake, and precisely on Binance, when you stake algos, you make about 8 to 10% return after every year. So depending on the number of algos you stake, your percentage is calculated for you annually. And so you can get algos on Binance, you can get algos on OKEx, Gates.io, Bitmax, and some other exchanges. So you see, and they are evenly distributed. No one exchange has more algos than the other. Like I told you, Algorand is an open source platform, so we are very decentralized and very, very open. And so, so like I told you, let me just show you my screen, because I had to close it, thinking we would have other people coming to join. Let me just share my screen and show you some of the tech giants that are on Algorand. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Uh, sorry. Okay, so we're here. Now, Monerium, supporting programmable and redeemable E. Okay, someone was just joining. Sorry. Okay, and supporting e-money on Algorand protocol. World's first micro assets, enabling financial inclusion of urban working poor in Southeast Asia. Sorry. So I'm trying to clear my screen. Okay, FOP from the zone, a 5G spectrum allocation on the blockchain. Now, this 5G has actually been on the news lately, due to coronavirus and all that. So now a company that is even running 5G and all of that uh, is running some of whatever functionalities they have on Algorand. SEER, open and efficient solution for copyright management. So even people who are doing copyrights that are actually running on the blockchain, you can see they are running on Algorand. Blockchain, now this blockchain.com is a multi integration wallet, and then it has different kinds of, it stores a couple of cryptocurrencies or crypto or digital assets, and is one of the biggest wallets in the blockchain space. Is also running on Algorand and Shived. And so you can see them, they are quite, you can see they are actually quite they are much here. And World Chest, Stone Eyes, IDEX. There, you can just see them. There are quite a lot who that are actually running on Algorand as we speak. So, so for me, this is a solution I feel should be adopted, okay, and be used globally by even developers who are developing dApps, because one thing about decentralized applications is they become slow when there are a lot of users. So for a blockchain that would be able to have 1,000 transactions per second can actually onboard millions of users at a time. Okay, so if developers can have a switch of focus and then begin to think towards Algorand, I think it will go a long way in helping them develop very scalable dApps or decentralized applications and the rest. Now, how can you participate um, in Algorand ecosystem? Let me just show you my screen so that you can copy some, or I can actually share the slides, or rather the sites with you. But then let me just show you what my screen looks like. Okay, so now if you're looking at my screen, you can build, for developers who are on the call right now, you can actually build a dApp on Algorand, and there are actually some developers tools that are already available on Algorand, and then some documentations, very, very, very good and useful documentations. I have gone through. Sorry. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to go back to my slide. Okay, so yeah, so there are quite a lot of useful documentations. I've gone through some myself, and I've seen how useful they are, and actually how very, very effective they can be. Also, you can apply for, as developers that are on the call, you can apply for grants. Okay, now you can build a dApp and apply for grant. Once your dApp uh, is usable, or rather has prospects for mass adoption, there is nothing that can stop Algorand uh, from funding or giving you grants to scale your solution. And then the grants actually start from 5,000 algos to 20,000, depending, like to like 50,000, I think, depending on uh, how viable your solution is. So for developers that are on the call, I think this is a good shot for you. And then also, even if you're not a developer, but you're a concept developer, or maybe you're a business developer, you can pull together a team and make that solution of yours into something that people can adopt. Right now, a lot of people are actually looking for how they can fix the issue of coronavirus, either in terms of a mobile solution or whatever kind of solution. And if you have one, I think this is an opportunity for you to announce yourself to the world by coming through this program. Okay. And I will host another call with developers where we are going to look at these tools in-depthly and or maybe rather, yes, in an in-depth manner, and then of course have you guys learn how to use some of these tools and then develop and all of that. And also you can connect enterprises can connect to Algorand blockchain. If you have a, a thought, or maybe you have an inquiry, or maybe a question, or something you would want to know, you can send Algorand an email on ecosystem@algorand.com, and you'll be swiftly attended to. So these are just some few stuff that I have to share. And for developers that are here, we have, like I said, we have quite a lot of tools for you, okay? And available tools are actually on, the link I gave you. I'm going to send a link with that contains the documentation, and then the tools you can, and then how to even go about it. So I will send a link to the group we are running on WhatsApp, and then you can also take advantage of the links and then see what you can gain out of Algorand. So there are three for developers. Maybe you should listen to this carefully. We have some SDKs that are running right now. We have JavaScript SDK, Python SDK, Go SDK, Java SDK, and there are three command lines utility packaged with Algorand Nodes software. There is one called Gold, and then KMD, and Algo Key. These are very useful command lines that you should take note of while you're studying our documentation. There are three public Algorand network peers. So we have private network. Sorry, we have the main net. We have the test net, and then we have the beta net. Now the beta net is where new protocol level features will be released for initial testing. And the test net, of course, we know what test nets do. And then main nets are where you find a public solutions or protocols that have been deployed on Algorand, and is where you can actually pick anything from Algorand. So thank you very much. I hope my presentation was not really very confusing. I was hoping that I will be showing you my screen, but due to people requesting to join and all of that, and then I noticed there is a network problem, because I noticed some people coming and going, and so I'm sorry. Even from here, I had some notifications showing me that my network is not really very good. So so if you have any question, let me hear you. You can unmute yourself and ask your question, or you can type it, whichever one is okay for you, then you let me know. Uh, so questions, please, or comments, or whatever you want to say.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, you are talking about decision making if someone have algos.
No, sorry.
Can
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Taking your algos to become part of the uh, decision makers. That's the simple term
okay.
you can
It,
understand. Yes. Hello. Hello.
okay, your network is breaking,
Oh,
but
sorry. Okay.
okay, I said, what kind of decision can someone make? Like now, for example, if I have algos now, what kind of decision can I make in the Algorand community?
Okay. So now you can, um, for instance, okay, there is a transaction that is initiated. You can become a validator, okay, by staking your algo, and you can validate such transactions. And then, of course, if there is a consensus to be achieved or agreed upon, because because you are a stakeholder, let me use this word, on Algorand community, you can participate in that decision, or rather, you can form a part of the consensus to achieve a certain decision on Algorand. Am I clear enough?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, any question again? Or comments?
Oh, okay. Let me still add one more because I
Okay,
believe not. For the sake of other people that don't know blockchain,
okay.
you start your meetup with Algorand and cryptocurrencies. Like, how can you explain cryptocurrency for a layman with blockchain?
Oh, okay. Okay, so uh, forgive me. I was assuming everyone on the call uh, should understand what blockchain is. But then blockchain is I hate using the common blockchain term, whereby it says that blockchain is a decentralized ledger that accepts that stores information on nodes in a decentralized manner. I would want to say blockchain is a picture yourself in a hall, okay, that has so many people. It has a door. It has several doors anyway, and then so many people have access to the hall, and they can make decision independently. So if you go into a hall, you are not you are not mandated to think alike. Everybody is entitled to his own opinion, his own decision, his own uh, everyone is entitled to his own way of reasoning, okay? And whatever is said in the hall, if you have a particular speaker, whatever he says is interpreted differently by people who are listening. And even if you ask people to repeat what he said, they will actually repeat what they understood by what he said. So that is in a way making people uh, very very independent of their decision, of their way of reasoning, of whatever they intend to impute or to output. So a blockchain is simply a decentral or an independent way of doing transaction, not necessarily having anyone monitor it, or doing an activity in a particular community, not necessarily having anyone monitor it, but the activity you do is uh, is decided by you. It is carried out by you the way you want it, without any form of monitoring, okay, or enforcement to do a certain thing. So, and cryptocurrencies are those things that enable you to be able to carry out these activities effectively in that community. So, for instance, Algorand is a big hall, and people walk in and out of Algorand. The way they walk into Algorand is you must have algos to show that you belong to the community. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to have a form of identification of the community to be able to actually participate freely and effectively and use the resources that are available within that community. So cryptocurrencies are digital assets that are used within a particular blockchain community, or rather that are used to perform, to exchange value within within blockchain communities. Okay, so you can either do a swap of cryptocurrency for value, or you can spend it directly through merchants who accepts cryptocurrency and spend cryptocurrency. I think I have another question. Okay, I am quite new, but I have okay, let me read it out. Morning, I am quite new to this, but I have a novice question. You made mention of fog the other time. Is that different from the fog of a version control system? You made mention of a word several stake. Can you elaborate? Okay, so to how will I explain this so you can understand? Uh, Let me see if I can help you understand this. Um, okay, so I am not very sure if I understand what this version control system is, but forking in blockchain simply is an ability for you to have another like shading off. Okay. Uh, so let me just see. I am trying to see how simple I can. Uh, I want to just send you something so you can see. So, okay. Now, if I say, would you understand if I say change in protocol? Or rather, is like, okay, you want to have another, like an upgraded version of you, okay? But you want to follow a different pattern, okay? So if, for instance, okay, I love black shirts, and I always want to wear black, and always everything of mine is black. But now if I want to fog, okay, for instance, I want to go with black, but black that looks like gray. Okay, so I'm not completely deviating from what I'm doing initially, but I'm only just taking a different path. I'm sorry, my network is really very bad. I think I don't know. And but anyway, so if you're hearing me, that's just what it means. So for you to be able to understand clearly. Anyway, I'll send some documents on the group chat so that you can read and understand clearly. The next question says, okay, I'm talking about stake. Now, staking simply means like becoming a stakeholder. That means you are owning a part of a system. Okay, so what you do is, I am saying, okay, I have my, okay, this is my laptop, and you can have a stake on my laptop. How? By buying me, okay, by buying me a software, or by sharing your software license with me. So I am giving you a part of my laptop because I am using a software that you bought. You understand? So you're not completely saying it is your laptop, but what you're saying is you are owning a part of the laptop. You understand what I'm saying? Elion, okay, thank you very much, sir. So so any question, any further question? I think I've answered all the questions. Okay, blockchain is more of owning your own self. Yes, yes, absolutely. Blockchain is like you are owning yourself. I like the way you put the question. Yes, it means you are owning yourself. It means you are owning what you do on the internet. It means nobody can monitor you, because in fact you can decide to run your own nodes on Algorand. So it means that you can decide to run how you do your things on Algorand, so that you monitor your activity yourself. And people can actually, Algorand can actually use your node as well to be able to help the ecosystem more solid. You understand what I mean? So blockchain is, in a real sense, is owning your own self. Do we have further questions? Okay, someone is joining again. I'm sure the network was really very bad, because I had like 27 people who told me they were going to join, and some of them were coming and going and all of that. So is there any question? If there are no questions, then I would announce the three, what's the name? Okay, yeah, you can see someone is even complaining of network. So I will announce the three questions that were, unfortunately, only I have very little developers here. Mega, is this you, Emmanuel?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, okay, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Sorry, you came late. But then
Mm,
I'll share all the good news
yeah.
that are involved here. Actually, Algorand has quite a lot of good packages for developers, which I think
Okay.
will benefit all the developers group that we work together. And then, of course, if you're here and you know some developers, you can send them to me to just give them a rundown of what Algorand is doing and how we intend to. Okay, Mega, the call is recorded. I hope you don't mind. Okay, so yeah, yeah, you can send them to me, and I will see how we can work together. Okay, so thank you very much. If there are no questions, Then the call has come to an end.
I think somebody left you a question
Okay.
on your DM, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it's here. Okay, let me answer this. From Gabriel, right? Um, you made mention of different Algorand wallet. Can I store other cryptocurrencies on the wallet, or is it meant for storing just algos? So for now, the one I know on what Play Store, you can add other assets. Okay, you can add other assets. Sorry, did I say add other assets? You can store algos, uh, and then I think that's for now. That's basically what the wallet does. So maybe in the future, it might decide to integrate other cryptocurrencies, but for now, it is only uh, Algorand. It is only algos that you can store. That question is from Gabriel. You are welcome, sir. You just joined now. Okay, man, I'm very sorry. The network is really very bad. I'm not sure it's just from my end. I think it's the whole network. I changed from Airtel to MTN, and it's really very messy. So thank you very much. If there are no questions, I'll end the meeting. I'm sure there are no questions, right?
There are no questions.
Okay, so the call is recorded. I will drop the link to the recording for those who would want to listen again. And then if you have any questions about Algorand, just hit me up about the grants for developers, about how Algorand work, about coaching that I explained, just anything around Algorand, just let me know. I will help you through and then see how I can connect you to the resources that are available on Algorand. Thank you very much and have a good day and stay safe. Make sure you wash your hands, make sure you sanitize your hands, and then stay home. Most importantly, you should stay home so that because we need you alive, we don't want you to get down with coronavirus. Thank you very much and have a good time. Bye bye.